Croydon Chats is powered by TBXH, more than just a workspace. It's a thriving community built on collaboration, connection, and shared growth. Home to businesses, creatives, and innovators shaping Croydon every day. Discover more at tbxh.co.uk. Welcome to Croydon Chats, which is powered by TBXH. I'm incredibly excited by our guest that we have today. We have got Croydon royalty, as in baking royalty, the Great British Bake Off Croydon style, with the managing director of Coughlans Bakery, Sean Coughlan, in the studio with us today on the Croydon Chat sofa. We're going to delve into so much around the story, the heritage, the impact, and get to know a bit more about the people behind the family with the bakeries that you have walked past, you've purchased from. There have been institutions for generations and generations. And so without further ado, Sean, welcome to Croydon Chats.
Thank you.
So this is your first podcast.
It is my first
Okay. Well, we're very honoured that you selected and chose to come and join us for
Thank you.
So it's a big week just generally, for the borough and for yourself. I think we connected because you are a diehard Crystal Palace fan.
I am.
Yes.
It's in my blood. Our bakery is literally a stone's throw from the ground.
Okay.
Literally, I was taken up there from probably the age of 2 or 3 by my dad.
Right.
We'd go to the bakery on a Saturday morning and he'd leave the car there. He'd go and check on the bakery.
Yeah.
And then we'd walk up Homesdale Road.
Yes.
Come back, get chips on the way home.
Oh.
I'd play football in the yard, which is now where we park all of our vans. We've sort of developed it. It's seriously in my blood. And at school, one of my best friends growing up, his dad was Crystal Palace manager as well at the time.
Wow.
So we spent, that was Matt Smith. His dad was Alan Smith. We would spend a lot of time at the club. So yeah, it's massively in my heart.
So are you a season ticket holder?
I'm not now.
Oh, okay.
I used to be.
Yeah.
3 young kids and running a bakery business has kind of put paid to that. But yeah, I follow them really closely and get to as many games as I can.
I get that. And you probably received quite a lot of interesting feedback to rolling out a potential new line that was in line with the Crystal Palace colours this week.
I did. So I made, for those who don't know, I made a red and blue loaf. It's a bit of fun. And I have had a lot of attention from it. People wanting, can we buy it? Can we buy it? And we didn't do it for sale. It was just a little bit of fun, but it's, it got noticed for sure.
Excellent. Watch this space.
Yeah, well, you never know.
You never know. Yes. So tell us a little bit about the story behind Coughlans. And, you know, this is something that's been in your family for 3 generations.
It has, yeah.
So how did it all start? And, you know, tell us a bit about the growth story.
So we were founded by my grandparents, Jack and Elsie, back in 1937. But her parents were also bakers. So actually, in a way, we've been going longer. And my granddad bought into their business and took over 6 of their shops at one stage as well, which had been going longer. So we don't really know what the dates of that were.
Sure.
Well, I don't. I'll have to ask my dad. But officially, we were founded in 1937.
My goodness.
And since then we've had like 41 members of the family work in our business.
Wow, pre-World War II. Yeah.
I'll take your word for that. I'm not a historian. But yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so it's a testament. And you know, you've grown, you've got over 31
Got 31 shops now.
Wow. Okay. And what is your geographical spread?
We were always based around Croydon. So our headquarters in Croydon. But over the years, as we've grown organically. We've tried to sort of add a shop or 2 a year the last few years.
Yeah.
We've now got 3 shops in Sussex. We've got a couple in Horsham, 1 in Crawley.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a few in Kent as well, but close by in Kent,
Yeah.
sort of West Wickham, Beckenham,
Yeah.
Westerham, and the rest are mainly in Surrey.
what is your signature product? What would be your signature product?
I don't know if we have a signature product, and I don't know whether that's an issue or not. I don't know, but we have best-selling products.
Okay, let's go with that.
So it can be. We're always changing our range constantly. Like literally, nearly every week we have a new line come out.
Yeah.
But our best-selling product that has been from day dot is our jam donut. Our classic jam donut.
Can't beat a jam donut.
Can't beat a jam. Well, you can beat some, but you can't beat ours.
Oh, is that a tagline?
Yeah, could be. No, it's our best selling. Like, it probably outsells nearly everything else by about 2 or 3 times.
Yeah. When did you start in the bakery, in the business?
Actually, officially start.
Yeah.
God, I was 14.
Were you 14? So was that your first job?
My first, it was like a holiday job. So my dad, bless him, was always very hard, and quite rightly. And I always remember that when I was 14, and it was the first week, I think it was like the spring half term. I really wanted to come in. I'd been in a bakery since I was like knee high.
Yeah.
And I just wanted like a weekend job or something.
Yeah.
And he said, "You can come in for a week. I'll pay you." And he just paid me. And I'll always remember, so he had to start at like 5:30. And I remember getting up and him getting up and me waiting, to go to work with him. And him saying, "Why haven't you left yet?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" He said, "I don't pick anybody else up. So if I'm paying you, you're making your own way."
Ooh,
and
good first
so,
lesson.
Yeah, it really was. So I'll always remember that. And it was just like, oh, okay. So, that was my first sort of induction. I loved it. From the second, you come in, you get given, you'd always remember your first job you get given.
Yes.
Mine was to peel and cut 3 sacks of onions.
Wow.
Did
you cry?
Oh, my God. Yeah. Cried my eyes out. It was embarrassing. But yeah, it was. You always remember those jobs.
Made them into the sausage rolls and pasties.
Yeah, that was for cheese, onion pasties and other pasties. But it was. It was tough because we go up to Covent Garden Market every day. So literally, we would get sacks of onions and potatoes and everything every day.
Are you still an early riser?
I am. Yeah.
Yeah. Do your children also rise that early?
Not so much.
Okay.
No, one of them does.
Right.
But invariably, I'm. It's our business is 24 hours.
Yes.
So I'm kind of always on call.
Yeah.
Which makes me not the best sleeper in the world.
Sure.
But I'd probably survive on about 5 hours sleep.
Wow.
If I'm lucky.
Wow. How
I also have twins, so for a long time when they were kids, they didn't get a lot of sleep. So it's.
I remember those days. I think that. I always say to people, you don't understand what tired is until you have children. It is a whole different, those early years are a whole different.
I would agree.
Yes. So you're obviously generation 3 or G3 in the family business, and family businesses are incredibly important in the UK economy. What is your chain of succession looking like do you see it continue to the next generation?
I hope so. My kids are young.
Yeah.
So it's really too early to say. We obviously now have our partner Romesh as well.
Yes.
And I think his kids are looking more into the sort of theatre world and acting world.
Okay.
But you never know.
You never know. Yeah.
So time will tell.
Well, when I saw his announcement, he very proudly adopted himself as Romesh Coughlan. So, you never know the marriage, the value creation between bakery and entertainment.
You never know. And I did message him back when we first did it. And so his name is Jonathan.
Okay.
So Romesh's actual name is Jonathan.
Right.
His middle name is Romesh.
Right.
And my granddad's official name, he was called Jack, but he was Jonathan as well. So there is a Jonathan Coughlan already.
There we go.
So there's a second one in line now.
So let's delve a little bit more into that, because I'm sure our viewers and listeners are dying to know, and people probably want to ask but get a bit too shy. So how did that all come about with Romesh coming to join the business?
Probably we first made contact, I'd say probably 8 or 10 years ago. We do lots of plant-based products.
Right. Yeah.
And I unashamedly tagged him in some
Good for you.
in some Insta posts.
Yes.
But I'll always remember one day me and my wife were going out for a date day, and we were going up to London to an art exhibition, and he messaged me, and my wife had worked with Rom quite a lot over the years, and he messaged me saying, "Oh, where can I get all this stuff?" And I just said, "Oh, did Sam tell you about that?" That's my wife.
Yeah.
And he was like, he hadn't put two and two together.
Right.
So I literally took a selfie and sent him out, and he was, "Oh my God," like, of course. So he then became a customer of ours in our Godstone store he used to go to.
Yeah.
And yeah, he was just really kind. You know, he's just so nice about the products we make. He was just really nice. We got on. We got the same silly sense of humour.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's a bit more intelligent than mine. And yeah, we got on. So, and he'd said for quite a long time, look, if you ever, I'd love to get involved if there was ever an opportunity. And that was more to bring a shop to Crawley.
Yes. Okay.
So we did.
Yes.
And we did. So it kind of organically grew from there.
And what impact has he had on the business since he's come on board?
You know, he's such good fun.
Yeah.
Right. So whenever he's in a shop, you know, he's come and run shifts in stores.
Yes.
And you literally, people queue. It's something
crazy. I've seen him in action in Beckenham. Yes.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
And I think it gives him quite a lot of good content as well. Yeah. He's had some stories to tell. In Oxted, I don't know if you listened on his podcast. So
no,
we did a gig as well. Okay. Like he put on a gig, a Romesh and Friends gig, like a work in progress gig. Yes. We raised money for the Teenage Cancer Trust, which was really nice, and we sold sort of 90 to 100 tickets for that. Yeah. And we had some new comics, and Tom Davis came along as well and did a thing. And that was great fun. But yeah, we did a meet and greet in Oxted, and I remember he was in the car with me and we drove up, and I literally pulled up the road and was just like, oh my God. Like, there was like 400 or 500 people queuing up Oxted High Street. Wow. And
crowd control.
And he, bless Rom, he was like, are they here to see me? And I was like, well, I was here yesterday and those people weren't here. So I'm guessing it's for you. But there was a hilarious story where he was called a thinking man's crumpet. I don't know if you've heard it. He's talked about it on a podcast. And a lady gave him a pair of knickers. Okay. Right. And he was just like, I don't know what to do.
This is awkward.
But it gave him a lot of content. He talked about it quite a lot. But yeah, it was very fun.
Oh,
but
fantastic.
yeah, he brings a lot of fun.
Yeah.
He's one of the nicest people
I've
ever met in my life.
Yeah.
Like he's so kind, and he gives us as much time as he can.
Yeah.
And he gives the whole place a lift. Because he is all the people he's around, he's so uplifting.
Yeah.
So that gives our whole business a lift.
Yes.
I think hopefully it raises our profile a little bit.
Definitely. Yeah.
It creates fun. Without a doubt, it creates fun.
Yes.
We created a Ranga Yum Yum, myself and Rom.
What made it special?
We wanted to come up with something for a charitable thing. He was doing the marathon at that time. So I said to him, look, we can use our shops as a tool for raising some, even if it's a little bit.
Definitely.
So we came up with this. It was a Yum Yum covered in like a chocolate icing and dipped in Biscoff crumble.
Oh, lovely.
It was very nice.
Very naughty.
And we did that, and a percentage of every sale went to Calm,
brilliant,
to the mental health charity.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And the following year we did it for Teenage Cancer Trust.
I love the fact that you have this platform that you've created, this business, this enterprise, and it's more than just about making money. And I think what I'm hearing here is, using this as a vehicle to impact, as much as you can, which is phenomenal.
we're from Croydon,
Yeah.
and Croydon gets a bit of a bad rep.
Yes.
But it is like a massive hub.
Yeah.
And like, I was born in Mayday Hospital. I'm a Croydon boy.
Yeah.
But you also see all sides of Croydon. And whether it be from when the riots happened, that dearly affected our town.
Yeah.
And the aftermath from it and the recovery, and I remember we lost, we had 3 shops that got really badly damaged at that time. But we didn't close. So we didn't close our shops. And I remember being down on Mayday Road on the corner by Mayday Hospital shop that day. And all of the windows are smashed in, all the counters are smashed in. And we opened and went proper old school. We were just serving like a market trader. And it was one of the most unbelievable days of my working life, probably, because everybody pulled together.
The community together, didn't it? Moments like that. Yeah.
But it's just the sort of, the community vibe around Croydon. It's a lovely place, but it does get a bad rep.
Yeah.
But it is also, there's opportunities. Yes. It's diverse. It's awesomely diverse.
Yes, 130 different languages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's it's a great place.
What are staying with that theme, what are a couple of the myths that you'd like to debunk around Croydon? Because having grown up, having been entrenched in the community for so long, like, what are the things that people that makes it an untapped hidden gem?
It's a really difficult question to answer because I live here. So
you see it.
So I see it. So it's everything is the norm. There's bits of it that make me sad. Yeah. Because there's bits of the town that aren't the same from when I was growing up. But I'm not saying that in a negative way. Change is good, and change, everything evolves. Yeah. But I look at like the Whitgift Centre and sadly how that I think was, realistically probably mismanaged over the years. I'm not pointing a finger at anyone, but, change is always difficult. Yes. But, I look at that, when I was growing up, it was vibrant. There was never an empty shop, and now it's just pretty much desolate. Yeah. That makes me sad. Yeah. Because it is just, it's such a cosmopolitan place. Yeah.
It is. It's an international gateway.
Yeah.
And it's a city all on its own if you look at the skyline.
Yeah, and hopefully Crystal Palace doing so well in the last year.
Well,
it certainly does good for the area.
It really does. It really does. Who do you think is going to be the next manager? No, you know something, don't you?
No, I don't. Okay. I wish I did. I wish, I would love to know.
Yeah.
There's a part of me that would love.
I know.
Glasner to stay.
Yes,
and,
I think everybody feels that.
I think he's made up his mind. I think he probably is going.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know. Steve Parrish has done an amazing job.
Yeah.
As have all of the staff and at the club. You look at from where we were 15, 16 years ago when he took over, it's a completely different. The culture of the entire club is so different.
And the industry is so different now.
Yeah. Must be a pretty hard industry to be in.
Yes. Well, we'll have to see what happens in the next couple of months. I think everybody's waiting with bated breath for the
I just hope they do it quickly. Yeah. I just hope someone comes in quickly so we can actually just start preparing.
Focus on that. Yeah, absolutely. As a brick and mortar business, and you're talking about change, and change happens and it's inevitable. I mean, COVID was a very good lesson in terms of the way we operated day to day. All of a sudden, we had to adjust. From a retailer point of view, we see so many changes on the high street. We see changes in consumer behaviour. We've got a lot more online and delivery and apps and that. Where do you see the opportunities and the threats and the risks for Coughlans?
There's been many over the years.
Yeah.
And we've probably never had a tougher trading time like now.
Yeah.
being a producer retailer,
Mm-hmm.
there's very few.
Yeah.
There's very few industries that are
Yeah.
producer retailers.
Yeah.
I really can't think of that many.
No, I'm trying to think as well myself, and I think you are quite uniquely positioned as a proudly British brand. You know, made in the UK.
Yeah, it's, and you know, you want to be positive about these things all the
Yeah.
time, and positive about competition, positive about all these things, because everybody's constantly evolving.
Yeah.
But there are things that, you know, being a producer retailer, we get hit really, really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say when Trump has started this war in Iran, I'm not political. I don't pretend to be intelligent enough to be too political, but the instant effect it has on everybody.
Yeah.
So fuel, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody fills a car up. Yes, all right. Unless you've got an electric car, I get it, but that's been affected as well.
Yeah.
That hits the high street instantly.
Mm-hmm.
So that hitting everybody in the high street instantly. There are customers, everybody else's customers that are concerned straight away.
Yeah.
It hits our ingredients. So instantly our ingredients went up. We buy fuel. Our fuel bill goes from £3,000 a month to £6,000 a month. So suddenly
your profit
you
margins
do get
are,
hit very, very, very quickly. And we don't feel we get a lot of help.
If you had a message as a small business owner to the government, what would that be that you'd want them to hear loud and clear from you?
You got to look at rates. You know, just alone. So our head office site in Thornton Heath, we own that site. So there's no rent to pay, but we pay £160,000 a year rates.
Wow.
Just on one site. We've got 31 sites.
Wow. Okay.
So I wouldn't even like to tell you our rates figure, but it's pretty much doubled.
No wonder you said you don't sleep.
Yeah. But you know, I don't want to be negative.
No, of
but
course.
I have to be realistic.
Yes.
And, you know, I think I actually had a meeting with one of the councillors this week in Croydon and outlined this to her. And she was lovely, but she was quite surprised. Because, you know, their job's an impossible job.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes when you're dealing with things and talking about just a percentage to add on.
Yeah.
It doesn't. But when you see an actual figure and go, with everything that's going on, how we, you know, this has gone up.
Yeah.
One thing, £50,000 a year. That's got to be found from somewhere, and that's where it does as a producer retailer. It's very difficult.
So, from your point of view, in terms of your survival and sustainable strategy, then what do you look at? Is it going back to the drawing board and re-looking the business models, looking at other opportunities?
Always.
Yeah. It
is always. As I said, we've gradually, you know, grown our business, and it is difficult to get natural growth on the high street right now. So we've kind of tried to add, you know, just gently a shop or two at a time.
Yeah.
To try and gain growth that way. But we're pretty innovative as well. So we're always come up with new products. I think we brought out 5 new products last week. A brownie cookie being one of the newest ones, which is
yes, I've seen that.
A seriously nice thing.
So what is the calorie count on those?
Don't have to worry about that. It's plant-based.
So I'm glad you.
So it's made of plants. So it's fundamentally a salad.
So it kind of cancels 0 calories. The plant-based movement is one that really, really interests me. We're a family. We're an allergy family. Okay. So, you know, for the last decade, we've become subject matter experts in sourcing products and ingredients that are inclusive and tasty and friendly for a child with multiple life-threatening food allergies. The free-from industry and the plant-based industry has just absolutely exploded. 10 years ago, it was worth £1 billion. You know, we're now looking at, you know, 10x in that, and it's still on an upward trend. And there's so many different reasons. You know, the food supply chain has changed, so there's a rise in allergies. People have become a lot more conscious about being considerate consumers. So there's a real opportunity, a window opportunity for you. How have you seen the growth in your plant-based products?
It's hard to sort of go, oh, I'm going to quantify that growth because it's something that we've just eased in.
Yeah.
One of my kids is lactose intolerant, was as a baby. So it was one of those things that I really looked at straight away.
Yeah.
So I went on this deep dive of going, right, how could we? And then I really, really went through all of it. So many of our recipes were still my granddad's recipes.
Yeah.
So I really sort of looked through them, and so many were dairy-free anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So many, well, it was incredible, which I hadn't really thought about.
Wow.
And so many people have said to me, you hear it on like for the likes of Paul Hollywood and all of these guys going, oh, you've got to have butter in there, you've got to have eggs in there. No, you don't.
You don't.
There's so many different things.
Yes.
So for years, I grew up, and my mum was a home baker too.
Mm-hmm.
She used to make lovely cakes and biscuits, and she would buy like stork margarine and things like that for baking with. So actually, they are way better. They're literally purpose made for baking.
Yes. Yeah.
Way better than butter and things like that. So actually we sort of went round the houses, redesigned lots of our, not all of our recipes because so many were.
Yeah.
Our jam donut, our best-selling product, has always been plant-based. We didn't know.
Who knew?
Yeah. And why wouldn't it be?
Yeah.
That's what you have to look at. Bread is flour. I've had some very interesting people come to see me and reps and, people come in selling stuff. Had this guy come in and he was just so adamant I'd never eat anything plant-based. And I was like, well, you've never had toast or chips?
Yeah.
And he went, oh, I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah.
I said, you've never had Marmite or mustard or ketchup or... And I just kept going on. And he was like, oh. So I was like, I guarantee everybody in this country, 90% of their like cupboards are actually dairy-free.
And I think
it's not saying we do everything.
No.
It's not, not every...
You're
we have
inclusive.
A large range. We're inclusive.
Yes.
Have you ever Googled how many of the world's population is lactose intolerant?
No, but please give me the stat.
So you can happily Google away.
Yeah.
Last time I checked, it was... You can do it.
Shall I do it?
Do it live. Test me.
All
Hope
right.
I'm not wrong. It will shock you.
Okay. Let the elevator music play in the background. It's thinking 65 to 68%.
Of the entire planet are lactose intolerant.
Yes.
It's mad.
Wow.
I know.
So that makes you think, well, I mean, that's a whole conversation for another time, but are we actually meant to be having cow's milk? So
that's not for me to say.
No, of course. But it's interesting,
I remember when we went on our journey and we started our journey, I've spoken to loads of really, really interesting people. I've always loved oat milk, so I have oat milk. That's what I drink. And the whole thing was that we're the only species in the entire world who drink another animal's milk. And I just found that point quite interesting.
That is really
I'd never heard it before. Somebody said it to me, and it kind of struck a chord with me. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is interesting. But yeah, it's been a really interesting journey. There's loads of things that you can make that are really, really easy to make.
Yeah.
That are just inclusive to everyone. You know, we opened our shop in Crawley, and the morning we opened, we had this, I'll never forget them, and I remember the kid's name, but I won't say it. This little kid came in on a scooter. He must have been about 3 or 4, and the parents came in, and I was just meeting and greeting, just showing everyone our range.
Yeah.
I said, oh, look, can I be of any assistance? And they went, oh, it's fine. Sadly, he won't be able to have anything. And I was like, oh, why is that? And they said, oh, he's lactose intolerant. And I said, oh, can I show you some bits that we do?
Yeah.
And I showed them, and they were he cried. This kid cried. He'd never had a donut before.
Oh, I can identify it with that because that was a very similar experience we had with my daughter when she was similar age, and we came to one of your bakeries. And it's the relief, the joy, that not being having to be in a situation of being deprived. I think that's fantastic, and I love how innovative you are. I love the fact that you're disrupting the status quo, creating a bit of a storm in the bakery world.
Yeah, I'm not sure we're creating a storm, but we're just trying to, if we can make things as inclusive for everybody.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll often say that with restaurants, etc., restaurants should make more of an effort, because
exactly
you've got to just include everybody.
Yeah.
I get when you're starting to do it, there's not always a market and it's difficult, but hence why you then have to make something that really is just delicious. It's irrelevant what box it ticks.
Yes.
It's just delicious. So if you can create something, our first ever plant-based sausage roll is a mushroom one, which we still sell. And it's like a mushroom duxelle. And if you like mushrooms, you don't like mushrooms, you won't like it. But if you love mushrooms, it's just delicious.
Yes. Yeah.
And it just is, it just happens to be plant-based.
Yeah.
But firstly, it's just delicious. So it's, that was the remit. We'd never make something that wasn't better than what we had before.
Absolutely. And I think that there, what you touched on with the restaurant industry, I think obviously there's been, from retailers' point of view, we've had Natasha's Law come in, so that really raised the standards of being so much more transparent about ingredients. Owen's Law, it's been something that's been really, really pushed when this young lad Owen lost his life at a Byron burger. When he bit into buttermilk chicken burger, when he clearly communicated his allergy needs and that. So I agree, and I think there is a lot of when it feels too difficult. So do you think that the answer is is it carrot or stick in raising those standards?
Those stories are horrendous.
Yeah.
And truly sad. I think again, you've got to evolve.
Yeah.
And you've got to test it. You've got to be inclusive to everybody. And it's hard.
Yeah.
But we have to do it.
Yeah.
Like it's, we've got to raise a market for it, which isn't always the easiest thing. We get asked for lots of different items, and you can't always sell them all. But you do. We have to. We cater for every need.
Yeah.
Some bigger than others.
Yes, of course.
As I said, we have a plant-based range. We have a non-plant-based range. We have We have some gluten-free products. We have some gluten-free vegan products, which is, that's a really difficult market.
Yeah.
You just,
it
you
is
want to be as inclusive to everybody.
Yeah.
And if you can make something that kind of covers all of them, which we're trying to do in lots of our items, it's a win-win.
It's almost like looking at, okay, you've got your top 14s list. What does your top 16 or what does top 20 look like? So you're covering everything. That tastes good. So this week there was a report that came up from the government around the whole NEET question with 16 to 24-year-olds. And obviously there's so many young people that are out of work that have never even had the opportunity to get into work because the competition is so high. And they also cited as well, the landscape has changed because businesses are closing. A lot of those entry-level type jobs are no longer available because those businesses don't exist anymore. AI's come in, that's taken away a lot of entry-level jobs. Where do you see actually in our borough, where we've got the largest population of 0 to 16-year-olds in the whole of London, where do you see that actually in your industry there could be opportunities for young people to enter into the workforce?
Wow.
The $1 million question.
That is a $1 million question.
Yeah.
I think I look back to when I was a kid and came into our business, and I think personally, there is an issue with kids having to stay in school till they're 18. I'm no expert on this, but where there's lots of kids who don't want to. There's lots of kids who aren't going to be academics. You know, our trade is a creative trade.
Yes.
I'm creative. I'm not an academic. Academia bored me to tears. I just wanted to do stuff.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make stuff. I just wanted to be creative. You know, you asked me to read through a long essay of things. My ADHD just blows me away. I can't, you know, I find it really hard to sort of concentrate on that. You give me 7 or 8 ingredients and say I need 10 more things, I'll do it in 5 minutes. Because I love doing that. I create that. You know, I love creating stuff. So I do think we miss out on those kids who don't necessarily, you know, we used to have loads of sort of, we'd take on young people. And they'd come into the bakery, they were treated as adults. You know, we do a work experience program. And it's always a really fascinating thing where you see these kids come in. We've done it for years, done it for about 20 years. We stopped it for a while during COVID. It was just too much of a risk. But it's a really fascinating thing because so often the kids come in and they're really shy and they're really, you know, they're daunted by coming into, you know, a business. You
of
know,
course.
Because as much as they might not enjoy school always, it's hopefully a safe place and it's there's routine. And so suddenly coming into a workplace for a kid is a very different scenario. So we're very inclusive of everybody. And one of the first things I say to them when they come in is like, it's a lot of fun because making cakes and making biscuits and things is kind of fun. And but also it's what we do for a living. It's not school, so you have to take this seriously. So if you're going to come in and shadow us, you've got to take it on board. But the other thing I was like, you will be treated like an adult. So enjoy that. Because if you want to ask something, you'll get listened to. And I think that's what I struggle with in school, that, you know, don't get me wrong, I've got lots of friends who are teachers and it's an incredibly difficult job.
It is,
But because in school, I say this to my 15-year-old, in school, she wants to be treated like an adult, but might act like a kid. And so I think that's what the sort of work experience kids come in. They come in and go, whoa, I'm being listened to. I'm being treated as an equal. And I think, so for me, it's very hard if these kids of that 16-year-old age group aren't getting a chance to become an adult at that time, because suddenly you get a different, you know, I know from when I was 14, all right, I had a work ethic. I wanted to get up early and get into work and earn some money.
It is a very different generation. And I think we need to remember as well, we are an outdoor generation raising an indoor generation. So, and, you know, there's been the advancements of tech. They're the first generation that's multi-devices and, you know, and then come into a business like yours, phones disappear, get your hands dirty, get creative. And I think there's a lovely connection between talking and, you know, having busy hands and that expression for creativity.
I think as we evolve, we've got to kind of combine the two.
Yes.
You know, I said one of my kids from a very young age has wanted a YouTube channel for cooking and baking. And we haven't allowed that as yet. But she would literally get on her iPad and record herself like she's doing a TV show.
Vlogging.
It's great to see. And it is just that thing of just evolving, you know, all the time.
Definitely. Well, look at what Gordon Ramsay's daughter's done. You know, she was in the kitchen with him since day dot, and she's running her own.
Found a new avenue.
Well, you never know. Now with your business partner in place, you could have your own bakery channel.
You do never know.
In terms of a legacy piece, and you know, what is the impact that you want to leave behind and be remembered by? Oh
God, I hadn't thought that far forward yet. I do love our history.
Yeah.
You know, I can't get around that. You
Yeah.
know, I was unfortunate to not really know my granddad that well. He passed away when I was quite little.
Oh,
I'm the youngest of 5.
right.
And all of my siblings have worked in the business at some time. 2 of my sisters are still in the business. Dad still pops in a few times a week. Bless him.
Can't help himself.
Can't help it. It's his home. You know, it's, it literally is his spiritual home. And you know, my dad often says that me and him had a similar sense of humour, and we would have got on really, really well. But I think I was sort of 4 or 5 when he passed away.
Right.
But I have vivid memories of him.
Yes.
But you know, we've still got his picture up in the office, and you know, there's history there. So I think it's just a history thing. You know,
Yes.
I love the fact that we are proper, you know, embedded in the heart of Croydon.
Yes.
Always have been. You know, we've been in where we are since 1971.
Wow.
But before that, we had 2 bakeries on the the flyover underneath the big roundabout underneath the flyover.
Yes.
There's a road that comes down the side called Southbridge Road, and our bakery was the houses that were there. Apparently, I never saw it, but and we had a sort of 2 bakeries opposite each other.
Yeah.
And then they got compulsory purchase, I think. So Dad found this one, which was Price's Bakery at the time, and bought that. Took a loan out of his uncle, I think, and bought that.
Wow. What would your message be for somebody that is starting in their kitchen and literally they have, you know, the most basic of tools and an idea and a dream? What would your message be to them?
Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like, I think the whole thing, we all have enough good and bad days, but fundamentally, every day, you know, whatever's happened, you know, I'm a realist. We have good days, we have bad days. You know, you come in one day and we've got 2 ovens broken down. That happens. It's like a car. We've all got, you know, most people have got cars. They break down. Yeah. It's not a when. It's not an if. It's a when. They all break. Yeah. So the same happens with our kit. And you know, some days go swimmingly, other days don't. But fundamentally, you got to love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
love what you
kind
do.
Of, you've got to kind of have it in you to love what you're doing.
Exactly. What's that saying? They said, "Don't love your job your love." So.
Is that the saying?
Yeah. So you monetize what you're passionate about.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. So
yeah. No, I think it's super important if you can do that.
Yes. If you can do that. Yeah. Is there a family recipe book that's under lock and key in a vault somewhere?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not quite in a vault, but we have literally. It's a really beautiful old thing. You know, it's not beautiful to other people probably, but for me, it is. My dad's got some original recipe books that my granddad wrote.
Okay.
That like he handwritten.
Yeah.
And he's got it in his desk, and it's a real thing of beauty.
Wow.
It's got like margarine's done butter stains and flour marks on it.
Yeah.
And it's but he keeps that. It's kind of a real sentiment. It's a lovely thing to look back on some of these real wartime recipes.
Yes.
Some real basic recipes, and we've got lots of. You know, Dad keeps lots of things, and often we'll find the most random thing.
Yeah.
And go, wow, this is really quite cool. You don't see that anymore. You know, I've got this giant rolling pin at home.
Yeah.
I'll put it across the back of my oven, but it is like giant rolling pin, like this size.
Wow.
Big old red handles on it. And every time people come around, they go like, where's that from? It's like, it was my granddad's.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool. It was his original rolling pin.
Yes. So he's still there in spirit.
Yeah. Yeah. But I've got that at home. I don't use it at work.
That's fantastic. I've got some rapid fire. I could talk to you for hours, by the way.
Sorry.
So I've got some rapid fire questions for you. First thing you do in the morning.
The very first thing.
The very first thing. Open your eyes. Then
check my phone.
Okay. The last thing you do at night.
Probably set my alarms, my 4 alarms on my phone.
Oh, wow. Okay, what are 4 alarms for?
So I can snooze through a couple and then wake up.
Yes.
And then, I get going.
Best time of the day for you?
Early morning.
Least favourite?
rush hour going home.
How do
As
you,
in just the traffic.
just the traffic, it's Croydon traffic.
Just want to get home at that
Yes,
stage, yeah.
yeah. How do you spend your time when you're not working, given that you're a 24-hour business?
Family.
Okay.
Simple things.
Yeah.
Like doing simple things.
When last did you take a holiday?
About a month and a half ago.
Okay. Anywhere nice?
Went skiing
Okay.
with a friend of mine, with a mate.
Oh, well, there you go. It's not family.
Yeah, not a last family holiday was October last year.
What are you currently reading?
I'm not a great reader.
Okay. Listening to?
Podcasts.
Anybody?
And music as well.
And music.
Yeah.
What's in your ear at the moment?
Podcast wise, I have to say, and this is genuinely true, I listen to Rom's podcast. He's got a few,
Yeah.
and I love them all.
Which one would you recommend for somebody that's never listened to it before?
Wolf and Owl is awesome.
Yeah.
So it's him and Tom Davis.
Yes.
I'm a massive fan. Like, genuinely,
Yeah.
it's two mates
Yeah.
just chatting, and it's great. And having, known Ron well, having met Tom,
Yeah.
they are how they are. And his new one with his mum is amazing.
I have to check that out. I have watched a TV show with him and his mum, and they're they're hilarious together.
It's
And
amazing.
yeah.
They're so
Real
lucky. They have this
yeah.
amazing relationship.
Yes.
And funny enough, Dinesh, Rom's brother, was
Yes.
in the bakery this week.
Yes.
And he's great as well.
Yeah.
They're just so lovely.
Yeah.
They're just the nicest people. It was lovely having him and his family, and it was great.
I think it's testament to you as well, Sean, that, like attracts like. And I think that if I had to have them on bring Romesh in next time onto the soap, he'd be saying the same about you.
No, I don't think he particularly likes me. Yeah, I've coerced him into this. No, we get on well. Get on good.
Is there a last takeaway that you'd like to leave with our listeners and viewers?
From a business point of view, yeah, there is. It's something that I miss. You mentioned COVID earlier. I don't miss COVID.
No.
It was a real. My dad took it back to like my mum. I remember speaking to my mum, and she said, "This is like wartime." She grew up in the war, and she said, "This is like war, but like an invisible war."
Yeah.
She said she found it really strange where when she was a kid that she'd hear the sirens and stuff, and you had to go in, but you kind of knew it was there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
this
yeah,
sort
yeah.
of,
Yeah.
really shocked a whole generation. But we did also learn from it at the time. But I don't think we have now.
No.
And I remember at the time being scared. Like we closed for 7.5 weeks. We'd never closed before.
Yeah.
But we got to the stage where we were so busy. It was like Christmas without the tinsel. It was mad. Like there were literally bun fights in our shops. People would be trying to get onto our vans to get bread, and they were just in Coulsdon. One of our drivers just went. Someone's just taken a whole stack of bread.
My goodness.
And it was just mad. This is
Yeah.
crazy. And we just got to the stage where I remember me and my sister sitting down and just going, I think we need to close because we don't personally know enough about what was going on.
Yes, of course.
And it became, we were breaking fights up in the shops and things, and it was crazy. So we closed.
Yeah.
It was a really weird time. But in that time, there was definitely like community.
There was.
So we reopened again.
Yeah.
After that 7.5 long weeks, we reopened. It was all slow. It was one in, one out. But it created just a nice community.
Yeah.
People started shopping local again.
Yes.
And I remember being one of those people in the supermarket queuing around the car park for an hour to get in, just going, this is horrendous.
Yes.
This is awful. I don't think anybody realistically in their heart's heart enjoys going to the supermarket.
No. Yeah.
Not knocking supermarkets, but I don't think anybody goes, I revel in that shop,
No.
But go and shop local, whether it's with us or whether it's with all the different local trades, go and shop local. They'll remember you the next time you go in. They'll remember what you had.
Yeah.
A little bit like going to a pub and you're having a regular pub and they go, oh, your usual. You know, we do that. We have that. And I think at that time, people really bought into that and they really enjoyed, they loved shopping local. They remembered again, oh, this is actually quite a pleasurable experience. You go to a shop and they remembered me. They remember what I had last time.
Yes.
This is nice. It's a nice interaction.
Yeah.
And I think we've forgotten that again.
Do you think we've lost the art of conversation? But you probably see it conversely, being a local business, people come for a bit of a chat and
I think so. So you know, I was in our shop up in Caterham this morning. We were just running some trials on some things, and it's so lovely. You see this, you know, there's a home opposite, an elderly home opposite, and we have lots of the daily visitors, and they come in. And you know, I was chatting to a lady, Margaret, today up there. She was so sweet. She comes in every day. Yeah. And I brought a coffee over to her. And passed her a change. She goes, sit down. She's just so sweet. Yeah. And that to me is wicked. I just think it's so lovely. Yes. It's community. It's just nice. It's people being nice to each other, people helping each other out. And I think that would be something that I think shopping locally, understanding the needs. Yes. You know, understanding traders' needs. Yes, you might come to us and our sausage roll might be a little bit more expensive than a Greggs. Not knocking Greggs, they're a machine. Yeah, they're incredible. Yeah, but we're different.
You're more artisan.
Ours is handmade. Yeah. So every ingredient, we go to Covent Garden Market every day of the week. We have done. You know, we work with a lovely family business called DDP up there. My friend Paul, and we have done for decades. Yeah. And so we're buying the best ingredients you can get. We're bringing it back. We're making it by hand, and then it's in store within hours. Wow! You know, it's not. You can't get any more fresher than that. Yeah, you know, you come and get your sandwich with us. We don't do loads of ready-packed sandwiches and things. We make it to order, how it should be. You know, I always say this to people about their lunch. I don't know where you guys get your lunch. I don't know where you do, but if you have a sandwich made, if you were to make a packed lunch for yourself. If, let's say, you're making a packed lunch, it's Friday, and you're making it, would you make it today for Monday? No. That's what your supermarket or all of these pre-packed sandwiches that have a 3-day shelf life in store, that's what is being done. And would you do that at home? And I'm yet to meet anybody that goes, no, I wouldn't dream of making my Monday sandwich on a Friday. Yeah. Well, that's what you're doing. Yeah. So that's what, and I'm not knocking it, you know, that's fine. No, it's an interesting. But it is, I'm breaking it down to go, yes, there's a reason we're an artisan producer and it's fresh. Yeah. And it's in front of you, you know. So we have our deli counters. Not many people do it now, you know, and it's so, but you can have your lunch exactly how you want it. Yeah. Fresh there. I love that. And that's hopefully a point of difference for us. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I love that. And I think that's important. I think that there is just that going back to basics and just slowing down and as a final point, you know, you're very active on social media. You know, and you are your social media team, which is fantastic, as well as being chief baker. What are the different hats that you wear in your business? Quite a few. I think that's just, you know, having a family business. Yes. You know, as I said, I've got my 2 sisters involved as well. Yeah. You know, they're very active. Yeah, there's lots. Yeah. What's your favorite role that is probably more indulgent than... Hands down, I'll jump in product development. Okay. I love writing recipes. Yeah. Love it. Where'd you get your inspiration from? I don't know. Okay. You know, I'd love to say, oh, yes, it's here. Yeah. It could be walking in here and seeing a colour. But that's how ADHD works as well. Yes, where I can literally, it could be seeing anything and go, oh, it's just reminded me of something I saw years ago. Yeah. And or seeing an ingredient or seeing, you know, whether that is on Insta or something. Yeah. Or, you know, I often, we've just brought out a brownie cookie, as I mentioned, and that was just an inspiration from something else.
Yeah.
To go, I haven't seen a brownie cookie before, so it's worked really hard to get the texture right.
Yeah.
So it has got that. You close your eyes, it's a brownie.
Yes.
Yeah. But in a cookie form, so it's like just not a giant slab of cake.
Yes.
It's a more everyday item.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I like having fun. I like having fun with food. I love,
Yeah.
I love I'm a feeder. Everyone that knows me will
That's
just
your
go,
love language.
You're just a feeder.
Yes.
So I love feeding people. So
Okay.
I'll always remember harping back to when I was 14
Yeah.
and that first week in the bakery. So I used to ride my bike in, and we lived in Purley at the time.
Right.
And so I'd ride my bike for and I remember coming back that afternoon and going into our shop in Purley.
Yeah.
And seeing someone buy a donut that I had made that week.
Yes.
Or that day, that week.
Wow.
After the first couple of days, I got put onto donuts and stuff, and saw somebody literally buy it and go, "Oh, that's delicious!" And I literally remember it like it was yesterday, and it was just a massive moment for me, just to go, "God, this is mad!" That I can make something, and somebody else has really liked it.
Yes.
So yeah, that was a real
It's a real head and heart fireworks.
Yeah,
moment,
it was. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was.
Wow.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. I mean, I think we're just going to have to roll on a series here with you. You should have your own podcast, Sean. So, honestly, thank you so much. It has just been, it's been eye-opening. And I've got so many things that you've said that I'm like, okay, we could talk about this and we could talk about that and we can talk about that. So we'll have to definitely get you back on and continue the conversation. And I think there's so much that you've raised in our conversation. It's so lovely to get to know. You're a wonderful storyteller, by the way. It must be your Irish blood.
Maybe, yeah.
It must be the Irish blood. And, I think that just organically through the work that you do, that your family does, I think that it solves so many challenges that we have, that I think there's some real creative opportunities, capacity and, wide. I think there's a lot that can be done to support young people. And I think that, from a neurodiversity point of view, there's such a rise in SEN children and that SEN generation. And I know that the education curriculum's been rewritten this year because, it is still a Victorian syllabus. And I think that there is real opportunities to be more creative with vocational learning and labs. So I can see you being a real...
I completely agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have an autistic daughter.
Yeah.
So I completely get that we have to create an environment.
Yes.
And that was the biggest thing as parents we learn. It's, a really funny question that we get asked all the time is, "Oh, how's she doing?" It's doing great.
Yeah.
Or how's she handled?
Yeah.
She's brilliant.
Yeah.
She's brilliant at being autistic. It's the environment that needs to change.
Yes.
And if you don't change the environment for kids, and she's not, school have kind of let her down, I would say, without being too out there, because they just haven't got the facilities that she needs. Yeah. But she's brilliantly creative.
Yeah.
As are all of my kids, but it is, in their own different ways. They have their own different things they're into. Yeah. But yeah, certainly, I know in a creative business. Yeah. We have lots of neurodiverse colleagues, lots. And it's such an important thing that they get opportunity.
Yeah.
Can I tell you a story?
Please do, yes.
So I don't think he'll mind me telling his name. His name is David, this guy, who came to us as work experience. Yeah. This was probably 15 years ago. And my brother is dyslexic.
Yep.
He is also a best-selling author in Canada.
Wow.
So there's ways round things.
Yes.
But he got a mentor and a tutor that at university got him, and he flew. And this lad came in, and he had Tourette's. He was dyslexic. He couldn't write. He came in for this thing, and it was in the times when we'd ask him to fill in a form, etc. He couldn't do it. So I very quickly realised something. He was struggling.
Yeah.
So I sat him down. I said, "Look, ignore that. Let's chat." And I could see he was struggling, and I was like, "Can we address the elephant in the room?
Yeah.
What's is everything all right?" He didn't want to talk about it. I was like, "Fine." So I opened up and just went, "Look, just so you know, within our family we have neurodiverse," and I spoke about my brother, and I spoke about myself, and for 10 minutes he didn't tick, and I said, "Can I just heighten on something?
Yeah.
I don't know whether you've noticed," and I didn't know he was going to do that. It was a complete, it was a real new thing for me.
Wow.
And he just was so comfortable.
Yeah.
And he literally lived here in Thornton Heath. And he did his 2 weeks with us. He was amazing. I've never known I think he was 16 when he came. And I offered him a job. So I just said, "I'm going to give you a job."
Yeah.
And he went, thankfully, he said, "Thank you,
Yeah.
but can I say no?" And I
Okay.
went, "Of course you can. Can I ask you the reasons?" And he went, "I really want to go to catering college." So I said, "Awesome.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yes.
Well done." It was
Yes.
such a we'd
Yes.
only known him 2 weeks. It was such a proud moment.
Yes.
About 6 months later, he contacted me
Yeah.
and said, "It wasn't for me.
Yeah.
I don't suppose you have anything." So I said, "Yeah, we do. Come round." Within 5 minutes, right, he turned up on the doorstep, sweating. He'd run round, and he was such a special guy. He was such a lovely, just a beautiful person.
Yeah.
And he became great. He worked for us, I don't know, 7 or 8 years.
Okay.
And then really proudly, he went on to work in a big hotel in Jersey or Guernsey, somewhere like that.
Yeah.
And ran a kitchen.
Yeah.
And it was just,
Gosh.
my point to this was like a neurodiverse giving somebody an opportunity
Yes.
who just loved it.
Yeah.
He came with no other reason because he just loved what he did.
Wow.
And it's super important to just give people an opportunity and let something they love doing and let them fly.
Yeah, definitely.
And encouragement.
Yeah.
Not knocking, not telling everybody what they've done wrong.
Yes.
But telling them what they've done right.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the stuff you can't do.
Yeah.
Sadly, I do think our education system kind of just breeds mediocrity.
Yeah.
And I understand that as well because
Yeah.
there's a lot of boxes that need ticking.
Yeah.
But I do think, you've got to just go with what people can do. I'd rather somebody be brilliant at one thing than okay at 10 things.
Yes. Specialists over generalists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lionel Messi.
Yes.
Everybody knows Lionel Messi.
Yeah.
He's autistic.
Yeah.
Not many people know that.
I did not know that. Wow. And I think
Albert Einstein.
Pardon?
Albert Einstein.
Yes.
Was also Steven Spielberg is autistic.
There you go.
You go on
Yeah.
and
Jamie Oliver's dyslexic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it does drive you. If you've but it tends to make you not worry about the things you're bad at.
Yes. Yeah. And I think that there is a trait around being the ability to harness that to be hyper focused. I think that is a real superpower. I have a dyslexic daughter, and she's incredibly creative. And I think that neurodiversity is not something to be seen as a hindrance. I think it's a superpower because it's your ability to be able to translate and see the world in a very different way that neurodiverse people are natural problem solvers. And I think that is something to be harnessed, nurtured and celebrated.
Yeah, it's very true because they're not looking at what they're bad at.
Yes.
It is a systemic thing. The system needs to change to help and adapt.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever seen that sort of cartoon thing where it's got 3 or 4 jungle animals at
No.
school,
Yeah.
and there's like a hippo,
Okay.
a rhino, an elephant, and I think a chimpanzee. And today's lesson was to get full marks, you have to climb to the top of the tree. And the hippo's like, oh,
That's
man.
not good. Yeah.
But and it said basically
Yeah.
summing up, you know, the Sen.
Yeah.
The
Yes,
Sen scenario in
absolutely. Yeah.
it was so true.
Yeah.
And there's other ones as well, like, you know, for swimming and things. You
Yes.
just can't.
Yeah.
It's very difficult, and I get the teachers have got a difficult job. But again, that goes back to, as a 16-year-old Sen kid might not want to be in school.
Yes.
Might want to be creative and
Yes.
get an opportunity to, you know, I do think we're missing that generation. We said it a long time ago.
Yeah.
You know, I remember my sisters and my dad, us all sitting down just going, look, we're going to miss out on so many, or not, you know, us as a nation,
Sure.
we're going to miss out on a generation of kids that will miss 2 years of work.
Yeah.
And you're very different when you're 18 to 16, where 16 you're, you know, but by 18 you might not want to work.
Absolutely. And I think that there is something to be said about really supporting young entrepreneurs, because the barrier to entry to start your own business has never been lower than what it is today. You literally just need one of these, and you know, and you can be flying. So you know, and when we are in such a really unstable, tough economy, where it is so difficult to get a job, you have to create your own opportunities. But as a nation, it is creating that environment to support that mindset and support success in a different way.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah. So like I said, we've I think we've put the world to rights here on for an hour or so. Sean, it's been an absolute privilege and a pleasure to have a conversation with you, and thank you so much. And we look forward to you know, continue where this goes.
Yeah, be great.
Thank you.
No worries.
Croydon Chats is proudly powered by TBXH, a vibrant workspace and community at the heart of Croydon, bringing together businesses, creators and entrepreneurs under one roof. From co-working in offices to podcast studios and events, TBXH is where collaboration comes to life. To find out more, visit tbxh.co.uk.